Thursday evening and I have just been for a run. I went to see a EMMETT technique specialist today. I got recommended them by somebody, and EMMETT technique is where they use soft finger pressure on pressure points around your body. Hey up! Use pressure points around your body, and then also a bit of manipulation to try and reset your muscles. He described it like a factory reset for your body, which I thought was quite funny. So yeah, there wasn't, like, normally if you go for like a sports massage or something like that, then there's a lot of pressure and pushing around and things, but this was very gentle, and he was just assessing how my body looked and where tightness was and everything. And he said he thinks I've got quite a bit of what did he say? Not pelvic tilt, pelvic. I can't remember, but yes, pelvic imbalance. There we go, got it. So I've got quite a lot of pelvic imbalance, and my left hand side where my left leg is hurting. He said a lot of my problems are coming from my back and torso, so upper body, causing tightness in my pelvis and then causing tightness down in my lower leg. So he did a load of pressure point stuff and some manipulation and stuff, and he thinks a lot of it is coming also from my piriformis, which I knew, my old injury, which always rears its head. But he also said it's possibly from a couple of years of compensating for a hernia on my right hand side. So when I told him about my hernia, he was like, yeah, that could be that you are compensating, and that's why all of your left hand side is so tight. But it's also down to my job, screen printing. It's all in the upper body, all in your abs, all in your shoulders, all in your arms. So yeah, that doesn't help as well. But I'm not going to say that the run was pain-free, because no, it wasn't. It was far from pain-free. But it was a lot better than Saturday. So I don't know, has it worked? I'm not sure. He said it normally takes around 48 hours to fully sit in and reset. So hopefully by Friday it should all have settled in. But yeah, when I said what should I do tonight, should I take a rest night, and he said what would you normally do on a normal Saturday, not Saturday, normal Tuesday, when you've not been in pain. And I said, well, normally Tuesday is a run night. And he said, we'll go out and run then, treat it like a normal night, because you won't feel the magic and you won't feel it has worked if you don't. So I did. But yeah, I got 10k in and it felt better than it did on Saturday. So I don't know, it's a little bit sore now, but it's going to be. I've had pain in there for the last 6 weeks, and the last 3 weeks I've not really been running because it's been too painful to run. So to get 10k with half the pain of Saturday is pretty good. This camera loves stopping on me. If you record a long clip, then yeah, it just pauses because it can't cope. But yeah, I've just got down to the gym, so I'm going to do some on the cross trainer and the bike and do my S&C, and then yeah, see how we are in the morning. But fingers crossed, we'll see. is Tuesday. Well, almost done. I've run out of time at the gym. It's about to close. So I'm going to have to do some S&C when I get home. But yeah, Tuesday. It felt alright on the cross trainer and the bike then. It wasn't too bad at all. As I said earlier, the run that I did tonight was nowhere near pain-free at all. I started the run and yeah, for the first half mile I was like, ain't gonna happen. And then it started to loosen up, and although it wasn't pain-free, it was better. Yeah, I still had some pain in either side of my knee and a bit of pain either side of my calf, but nowhere near what it's been for the last few weeks. So I really don't know what he's done, because yeah, there wasn't any pulling and pushing and all that sort of stuff. It was very gentle what he did, but he's definitely done something, because I've started to feel parts of my body like loosening up, which yeah, like dull aches here and there all over my legs and my back and my glutes and my hips and everything. So he must have, yeah, moved something about. So well, I don't know, we shall see what happens over the next couple of days. As I say, he said it takes about 48 hours for it to really take effect. So I don't know, fingers crossed this sorts it slightly. Yeah, who knows, but yeah, a decent Tuesday. Managed to get 10k running, and then I've just done half an hour on cross trainer, 35 minutes session on the bike, and then half an hour on the cross trainer. And as I say, I'll do some S&C when I get home. But yeah, this is interesting, I shall say that. No, your eyes were not deceiving you. I've just been for another run, and yeah, I've just done another 10k after doing what is it in total? Did 31 and 6.5, so what's that, 38 mile on the bike. So yeah, I don't know what to think. What that guy on Tuesday did with his magic fingers, I do not know. He definitely did something. Yes, I know that sounds wrong, that he used his magic fingers on me, but it seemed to have worked. Now, look, I am nowhere near pain-free. I did have a bit of pain around my knee and calf for that run, but it is a vast improvement over the last few weeks. I'd even possibly go as far to say it was better than Tuesday, which is crazy. So, could I have run a marathon with the way my leg felt tonight? Nope, definitely not. But if I go back and have another treatment and get the same level of results from it, could I run a marathon then? Possibly. I don't know. Is this good news? Finally. I mean, My leg's a little bit sore now, but it's going to be, because in the last 3 days, with a rest day in the middle, I've done more running than I have in the last, I don't know, 3 weeks. So yeah, my leg is going to be a bit sore, but yeah, I've done more running in the last 3 days than I have in the last 3 weeks. So I don't know. I am on my way down to the gym to go and use the cross trainer, as I always do, to loosen everything up and then do my S&C. But are we on the road? I don't know. Have a good run.
Yeah, good run.
Good run.
Mate.
So you joined me this morning at Wyre Forest Parkrun. So I didn't want to go down to Wyre Valley this morning because I knew that I would go too fast. So I wanted somewhere that would slow me up a bit. So I've come here with some nice hills to contend with and a bit of trail. So yeah, let's go. Right, that's 1 mile down. Now it's a 7:16. I'll tell you what, running a parkrun at a steadier pace is very nice. You get a chance to take in the scenery, which is beautiful around here. And yeah, it's quite enjoyable. But the leg, yeah, it's better. Still not right, nowhere near. I still got a bit of pain in that lower leg, but dare I say it, it's even better than Thursday, which is surprising. So yeah, 2 miles left of this parkrun. Let's go. Right, 2 mile down, that was a 7:06, but most of that was downhill, so it inflates the speed, but we're definitely not going downhill now. Look at this. Yeah, definitely not downhill. But let's get to the top and let's get this finished. Let's go. Thank you very much indeed. Pretty decent. 22:16 on my watch and P13. So yeah, pleased with that. Picked it up towards the end. I could feel my stride actually getting back to how it should be, which is nice. Still a little bit of pain. Yeah, I'm not pain free yet, nowhere near, but it's getting better. So, is the dream still alive? We shall see. Right, I'm going to watch Andy and Sam come in. I think they're having a nice easy one today, so they'll probably be in the next couple of minutes. So yeah, let's watch them come in, and then I don't know if we're going for a coffee or not, but maybe, we shall see. Come, who's going to get it? Who's getting that finish? Well, that was lovely. I have just been for coffee and a bit of cake with Andy, Laura, Daisy and Sam and Lou, and yeah, we came into Bewdley and found a little coffee shop, so that was pretty good. Yeah, parkrun went surprisingly well this morning. I could feel towards the end of it my stride and my my running form was getting better. I've been noticing that recently when I've been running. I've been really protecting my left leg because it hurts, but it started to feel better. Still pain with every step, so we're not out of the woods yet, but it is getting better, so fingers crossed it continues that way. But I am gonna go and get back now, and I think I'm gonna jump on the bike and do a few miles as a top up to get a bit more volume in for today. So we'll go and do that. Hello there, it's Sunday and we are out on an attempt at a sort of Sunday long run. I'm going to try and run at about 10 mile and see what happens. The leg isn't perfect, far from it, but we are running, which is good. There is still pain, but it's a lot better than it was. I wouldn't have been able to do this last week. So, whoa, let's see if we can get through it. No heroics today, just a nice steady pace. So, let's get this done. I'm about 5.5 miles in, and it's feeling okay, but as every route round where I live is hilly, on the downhills, yeah, it's a lot more painful on the downhills than it is on the flat and going uphill, but that's to be expected because you get more pounding as you go down. The other thing I didn't say this week is on Wednesday night I was doing some stretching, so some mobility stuff, and I got into the pigeon pose and my right quad went ping, and I felt a sensation shoot across my quad, And since then it's been a bit sore, and on today's run I can definitely feel it. So I would have to watch that. I don't know if it's because I've been compensating for my left leg and all the pressure has been going onto my right quad, and it finally just either loosened off or went slightly. I don't know, but we are running, so just over halfway. Let's go. So I've just clicked over 9 miles, and I think I've misjudged the length of this route slightly. So I think it's going to be slightly more than 10 mile. But practicing fueling, so taking on some fuel as my strategy, if I do get to London, will be the equivalent of a gel, but I use boom bars every 3 mile from 6 mile onwards, so around every 20 minutes. That should hopefully get me about 60 grams of carbs per hour. So yeah, I'll get this on and we'll get this run finished. So I managed to get through it. Wasn't great. Yeah, I've just still got pain all either side of my knee, and then running down either side of the calf and in the ankle as well. But it is much improved from what it was, so it's way better. I've ended up with 12 mile, so 2 more than planned, but it's not too much of a bad thing. If I manage to get through it, then it's a positive. As I say, much improved, but there still needs to be improvement if I'm going to be able to, number one, run London, number two, even try and get anywhere close to target race pace, because at the moment I don't know if I could even hit target race pace, let alone run it for 26.2 miles. But yeah, positive. I am now going to go and jump on the bike and get some miles in to top up for that volume of that Sunday mileage. So yeah, I'll see you out on the bike. Hello there. So I am out on the bike. I did want to get home and jump straight on the bike and get out, but as I put my bike outside, I got chatting to my next door neighbour, and yeah, time just disappeared. So a bit later than I wanted to get out, but we're going to get some miles in and top up that Sunday mileage. So let's get it done.
So I have just got out the shower and I'm about to try and get some work done because there's no rest for the wicked. But got back from my ride, managed to get just over 35 miles in, plus the 12 miles of running. So yeah, really happy with that volume for today. And then when I got back as well, I decided to clean up and sort out my ice bath and jumped in there. So I'm hoping that will add an extra bit of recovery to things. So fingers crossed, touch wood. We shall see. But this has been a bit of a different week this week, bit more of a positive week, and we have been back on the feet 4 times this week, which is great. So fingers crossed it continues to go this way, and I can hopefully get a little bit more running in next week. We shall see. There is, after this week, 2 more weeks of build basically before we hit peak, and then it's taper. So we've got 5 weeks. 5 weeks today we will be down in London. So I need to get sorted. I need to get going, and fingers crossed my body will let me do that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching along this journey. We are 2/3 of the way through, but I will keep you updated with everything that happens in this last third. Cheers, guys.